Be sure to check out Chris Haynes' new NBA podcast alongside Mark Stein called #ThisLeagueUncut. Chris Haynes back on the program, TNT sideline reporter, Bleacher Report, NBA insider. We're working on Victor Wembanyama's nickname here. What do you think about this one? Wait. Why you give me that look?
Because I was trying to think of one myself. That's tough. I thought you were going to put me on the spot.
Oh, no. No, I won't do that to you. We'll run a few by you. How about S-Car Goat? The S-Car Goat. No? All right. Okay. Wait. Do you love it?
No.
Oh, okay. All right. Fair enough. Okay.
The opposite. Yeah.
Okay. How about V-Dub?
No.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Fritzy, do you have one for
I do have a few.
Okay.
I had VV instead of wee. V for Victor. VV.
Mm.
Can I give you a few others just to have a little fun?
Okay.
Sictor.
What?
Sictor instead of Victor. Sictor, because he plays so amazing. Sictor.
That's horrible.
Eiffel Power.
It's okay.
Boa Convictor. The Bonjour Bandit.
No. This is a bad idea.
I got just a couple real quick.
Okay.
Victor scale, like an earthquake. Victor scale.
Not Richter scale. That's terrible.
The croissant over dribbler. Did you do the crossover? Croissant over dribbler.
It's getting worse and worse.
I know.
Ratahooey. Bon appetit sweet.
No.
The Louvre machine.
No.
Mr. Baggett Ball.
No, stop.
Stop. Mr. Baggett Ball.
Do you have, how about, we can't call him Wemby, right? We got to have a better name than Wemby, right, Chris?
I would agree. I don't. Wemby just doesn't set the tone if you're trying to be a fierce competitor in this league. I don't know that Wemby is what you want to go with long term.
Well, you got the Greek Freak, like the Joker. Those are good. Those are good nicknames.
Those are good, sturdy names.
Yeah.
Good, sturdy, powerful names. Wemby just doesn't do it. But again, DP, his nickname will also depend on how well he fares in the NBA. We got to keep that in consideration.
Okay.
Too.
Any chance that he is not a great player, in your opinion?
Great. I think there's a good chance he's not a great player. I don't see him being a bust. I see him being a really good player.
Okay.
I think his ceiling is great. And that's what I think we want to monitor to see if he can get to that level.
But also going to Greg Popovich, who has had success with Tim Duncan and also David Robinson, how much more of a head start is he going to get by going to a place like San Antonio as opposed to if he had gone some other place?
No, for sure. When you definitely got somebody who's been there before, who knows how to handle a number one pick, bring him on gradually, doesn't put too much on his plate. You know, Tim Duncan came in from day one and he was a force. I don't think we'll see that with Wembanyama from day one. But look, take somebody like Kawhi Leonard, who wasn't a number one pick, but he kind of went through like the Popovich collegiate school of learning, where Pop over a 4-year span just gradually increased his load and they just kept developing him. I can see them doing that with Victor on this time around. And he has the right system, the right system. He has the right, probably the right area code to be able to just withstand a lot of the hoopla that he would experience if he went to a bigger market.
All right. Chris Paul is going to end up where?
I say he's going to end up with the Clippers.
Is this a trade with the Wizards?
I think it would be a trade, yes.
Okay. How do you
think it would involve Robert Covington in a deal with some other pieces, but that's what I think is going to happen.
Whose decision was it to get rid of Chris Paul in Phoenix?
You must have saw Chris Paul's quotes from yesterday, huh? Look, I think ultimately it was the owner's decision and James Jones' decision. I mean, I think anybody probably would have made that trade, bringing on Bradley Beal. The fact that Bradley Beal wanted to go to Phoenix and he had that no trade clause under his belt, he held all the cards. And I think when Miami pulled out, it was ultimately pretty much a done deal from there. Now, when you're talking about Chris Paul, what he had to say about Isaiah Thomas, I think Isaiah definitely has the ear of that organization. I reported back in February that Isaiah will hold a prominent role with the Suns. And, at that time, the Suns denied it. And so I left that tweet up. You can still find that tweet. that tweet stays up there.
Good.
It stayed up there for a reason. I took some hits. I was on the rotisserie out there, but it is what it is. I stay by my guns. But I wasn't surprised at all about Chris's comments.
And do you think, what kind of fit is that, Chris Paul with the Clippers?
I think it's a very good fit. Now, DP, I think that fit is well with Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, because they need somebody that's going to be able to facilitate the offense, get them in their plays, kind of run the system, especially in the playoffs when the playoffs become a half-court game, be able to get guys into their sets. Now, the problem is, if they bring Russell Westbrook back, how is that fit? Mm-hmm. Can Chris and Russ coexist together? I don't know. I would be concerned about that. These are two bona fide future Hall of Famers, but I don't know if it bodes well. I don't know what the roles would be. Is Russ coming off the bench? Is Chris coming off the bench? Well, we know Russ is not trying to come off the bench at this stage of his career. So that's the dynamic to kind of watch out for. I like the fit with Chris Paul if he's the primary guy. But if you have plans to bring Russell back, then that's when I think things can get problematic.
Draymond Green vacationing with LeBron in France means what?
Means they're really good friends, DP. Really good friends. And, I think that solidifies it. But, obviously Draymond Green opted out of his contract yesterday. He's a free agent, unrestricted free agent. But I don't think there's a pathway at all, really, which will lead him outside of the Bay Area. I think he resigns with the Golden State Warriors. I'm trying to think if I believe if he would even take recruiting meetings or anything from any other teams. I don't know if we even get that far. I know there's some teams interested if Draymond is genuinely interested, but I just can't see him leaving Golden State.
But I wonder, you bring him back, maybe you give him a 3-year deal, maybe he makes $30 million a year or something like that. What do you do with Jordan Poole?
Well, the Warriors believe that they can still get it done together.
Okay.
That's what the Warriors. Listen, that's how they feel. I don't know, but I mean that's how they feel. That's all I can. Don't shoot the messenger, DP.
All right. Dame Lillard. I didn't know if Miami backed out of Bradley Beal because are they still setting their sights on Dame Lillard?
They didn't put everything in a trade package that they could have for Bradley Beal. They believe, I believe the Miami Heat feel like there's hope. Like there's people across the league that believe this could be the offseason. And DP, excuse me for my dog. My dog is barking at somebody back there. I don't know if you can hear it. But I think I think the Miami Heat believe that this is the offseason that Dame could potentially request out. And that's all going to be dependent on, well, I think a large factor of that is going to be what the Portland Trailblazers decide to do with the number 3 pick. Damian Lillard has made it clear he wants to play for a contending team. He wants that to be in Portland. He wants the Trailblazers to do everything within their power to help accelerate this roster, increase the talent, and part of that would be the number 3 pick being an attractive asset to be able to bring on a veteran player, probably even a star player if you package that pick with someone like Anthony Simons. So a lot is going to factor in with how Portland handles the draft this coming Thursday.
He's Chris Haynes, TNT sideline reporter. His new NBA podcast with Mark Stein called #ThisLeagueUncut. The chances Zion Williamson is traded before the draft are what?
I'm going to go 30% not traded before the draft. I'm not ruling out that he won't be traded before next season starts, but before the draft, I would say 30%. I'm
wondering if you're New Orleans, well, they probably, if they could get out from underneath this, they might. Would Charlotte be interested in Zion Williamson. Would that be enough? You'd have to match with salaries. I know that. But to get the number 2 pick, would that be something that both sides would be interested in?
Well, the word is if those two were to facilitate some type of a deal, the word is Charlotte would want Brandon Ingram and not Zion Williamson.
Okay. Okay. So they're not getting out from underneath this Zion situation.
It doesn't seem like in that scenario. There's other scenarios that could play out.
All right. I saw a report on ESPN that one of the reporters said that somebody close to John Morant feels like the league is out to get him, that the media is out to get him. What do you make of those comments?
Well, VP's had a few incidents on IG Live that have put him in this predicament that he's in now. He has no one else to blame but himself. I haven't spoken to them. I'm pretty close with his dad. I haven't spoken to his dad in a few weeks. But, in this situation right there, I don't know if he's thinking about, I don't know if he feels like people are piling on. Mm-hmm. But, I look at it, he got 25 game suspension. And a lot of people will believe that was too lenient, that it should have been more. And so my hope for him, DP, is that he just uses his time to get his mind right, do whatever he needs to do to get himself in a proper mindset and just the people around him, that he tightens that up and has quality people around him that's going to help him grow as a man and in his career. This is when you're an NBA star or on the cusp of being an NBA superstar and you have mishaps like this off the court, these are the type of headlines you tend to see, and it gets magnified. And so hopefully he learns from this and doesn't put himself in this situation again.
I'll leave you with this. I said this first hour. Is anybody under more pressure next season? I want you to guess. Who do you think in the NBA, who is under the most pressure? Which player next season? Yeah.
I thought you were going to go with coach.
Nope.
Player under the most pressure. It's probably Kevin Durant.
Yep. That's who I said. Yeah.
I was going to say Frank Vogel, as the coach. I thought that's where you might have been going. But no, Kevin Durant. I mean, this is his third time. I mean, you could arguably say OKC, they had a big three. But they were younger then. But, his tenure with the Warriors with Steph and Clay, then Brooklyn with Kyrie and James Harden, now here in Phoenix with Beal and Devin Booker. Yeah, the pressure is there considering the history and the path that he's gone down in the past. People are going to hold that against him. So he's definitely under pressure to get it done.
By the way, I don't know what your reaction was when Patrick Beverley and Karl Anthony Towns were speaking on their podcast, and Karl Anthony Towns said that people look back and say that Karl Anthony Towns changed the game. Could you tell me how he will be remembered as changing the game? You're the expert.
Well, when he said that, I took it as, he's probably going to dominate these next 6 years. And that's 6 years.
Oh, okay.
That 6-year window is going to be.
So, my bad. I was looking at what he had done and changing the game. My bad. Okay. That's all right.
I'm trying to give the brother the benefit of the doubt that he feels he still has some work to do.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
I could be wrong.
Okay. All right. I wanted to help him out too. I'm curious. Patrick Beverley didn't follow up by saying, how do you think that you're going to change the game?
Yeah. But they tend not to.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Say hello to Mark Stein for me. Good luck with the podcast. Always great to share time with you.
Appreciate you, my brother. Thank you.
That is Chris Haynes, TNT sideline reporter, and he's got a new podcast. And you got two great insiders there, Mark Stein, Chris Haynes. It's called #ThisLeagueUncut, as they dish on the biggest topics in the NBA. #ThisLeagueUncut. Available where you get your podcasts there.